Happy holidays, Canada. In a more divided and uncertain world, the holiday season is an opportunity to slow down, reflect, and focus on what really matters. This is a season of joy for families, and I hope you find time to rest, reconnect, and celebrate with the people that you love the most. For Christians, Christmas holds a special meaning. It's a time to celebrate the birth of Jesus, to rejoice in the light that he brings, and to recommit to follow his example of service, forgiveness, and generosity. For Canadians of all traditions, the holidays remind us that there can be hope after despair, that light follows darkness. This is a time to remember those in need of comfort, those struggling to get by, those grieving a loved one.
Today wasn't just another political media day. Today, Canadians saw three versions of their Prime Minister, each one revealing something powerful about the kind of leader Mark Carney truly is. They saw a Prime Minister who could laugh, enjoy himself, be playful, and remind Canadians that leadership doesn't always have to be heavy and distant. They saw a Prime Minister who could speak from the heart, acknowledge the pain, uncertainty, and divisions of the world, and still offer comfort, hope, and strength. They saw a Prime Minister who, behind the warm Christmas tone, sent a very clear message to the world. Canada is peaceful. Canada is kind. Canada is compassionate. But Canada is not naive. Canada is not weak, and Canada will never allow anyone to take advantage of it. First, Canadians saw something rare and honestly refreshing. Carney didn't just appear in a government Christmas ad. He performed in it. He smiled. He acted. He showed humor. He showed timing. He showed personality. And the world loved it. It humanized him, reminded Canadians that beyond policy speeches and negotiations, beyond trade wars and global crisis, there is still a human being leading this country, human being who can laugh, who can enjoy the holiday spirit, and who understands that leadership also means connecting emotionally with the people you serve.
Good evening, Prime Minister.
Minister, we spotted an unidentified object on our navigation radar. It's moving fast over Canadian airspace, and all attempts to contact it have failed. Do you think it could be what I think it is?
I don't know, but we'll find out right away.
After the laughter and fun of the ad came the moment of seriousness. Most leaders deliver Christmas messages that feel scripted, predictable, and safe. They say nice things. They smile. People listen politely and forget them the next day. This was not that. Carney's Christmas message felt real. It felt grounded in the world we are actually living in. He didn't pretend everything is perfect. He didn't talk as if Canada isn't facing pressure, uncertainty, and real challenges. Instead, he spoke directly to Canadians, not like a politician ticking a holiday box, like a national voice acknowledging what everyone is feeling. He spoke about division. He spoke about global instability. He spoke about anxiety in the world. But he didn't stop there. He spoke about hope. He spoke about unity. He spoke about why Canadians still believe in each other and why this country always finds its strength when it needs it most. He reminded Canadians that our story is not fear. Our story is not weakness. Our story is resilience.
And to talk more about this, let's bring in CTV News political commentator and former director of communications for Prime Minister Paul Martin, Scott Reid. Good to see you, Scott. Thanks for being here.
Everything. You bet.
So your key takeaways from the PM's message?
You know, usually a Christmas greeting, a New Year's greeting, you expect these things to just be very standard, humdrum. But man, when you listen to that message, beginning as he did with talk of an uncertain and divided world, later talking in the message about, people will experience hope after they've worked their way through despair. There's a real sense of somberness to this message. I think in some ways it reflects the challenges the country's been through and the challenges that lie ahead, thinking, of course, about Donald Trump, trade, the potential economic impacts. It's in many respects, a very somber message this Christmas.
How does it align with or differ from previous holiday messages by Canadian prime ministers?
Let's be honest, someone could give us $1,000. You and I couldn't mention or remember a previous Christmas message. So I think the most remarkable thing about it is
Now, this is where the news breakdown becomes important because analysts didn't just say, "Oh, yeah, nice message." They said something very different. They said, this wasn't a normal Christmas speech. This wasn't political fluff. This was a Christmas message rooted in reality, something Canadians aren't used to hearing. Carney didn't sugarcoat the world. He didn't hide from frustration, fear, or uncertainty. Instead, he did what real leadership requires. He acknowledged darkness and then reminded Canadians that light still exists. And then the analyst said something even stronger. Most Prime Minister Christmas messages vanish into history. They're polite. They're safe. Forgettable. This one won't be. Why? Because it reflected the real mood of the country. Because it wasn't fantasy. Because it wasn't pretending. It captured anxiety, but also courage, concern, but also belief. And that's why people are talking about it. Then came the moment only truly paying attention. Canadians understood. Carney spoke to the armed forces. He spoke about sovereignty. He spoke about security. He spoke about protection. And in a Christmas message, that is not normal. That is intentional. Carney wasn't just thanking soldiers. He was reminding Canadians of a truth. Safety is not automatic. Peace isn't permanent. Sovereignty isn't guaranteed. It must be protected. And that wasn't just for Canadians to hear. It was for the world, because behind this Christmas message, behind the emotional reassurance, behind the warm tone is a very real geopolitical shadow, and that shadow is Donald Trump. This is a man who has mocked Canada, who has suggested Canada could be treated as if it were America's 51st state, who has openly threatened Canadian sovereignty, who has made the world wonder what he would actually do if given the chance. The analysts say it plainly, Trump is the unspoken backdrop to this message. That was not fear. That was realism. Carney was saying Canada is alert. Canada is aware. Canada is prepared. So today wasn't just about a Christmas ad. It wasn't just about a holiday greeting, just another political communication day. Today, Canadians saw a leader who can laugh, a leader who can comfort, a leader who can inspire, also a leader who can quietly send a message to anyone thinking Canada can be pushed around. Canada is peaceful but not passive. Canada is calm but not blind. Canada is kind but not weak. And if anyone, including Trump, believes Canada is easy to test, they may be making the biggest mistake of their lives. This Christmas message wasn't just about celebration. It was about strength. It was about awareness. It was about reminding the world Canada will always stand tall. Canada will always protect itself. And Canada will always remain proudly, confidently, questionably sovereign. As we wrap up, I just want to wish every single one of you a very Merry Christmas and a peaceful, joyful holiday season. This community means so much to me, and your support truly keeps this channel going. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay connected with everything happening in Canada and beyond, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and join our growing family. Merry Christmas.